Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, where I feel like I'm going insane. Oh no, I'm not. My desk is a total disaster area right now. As you can see, I was working on some stuff, then I was like, I should probably turn the camera on and do some of this on camera. Um, but now I think I pretty much finished what I was doing and what I figured out. So I don't know if you remember my unhinged video where I made backgrounds. I this one got messed up because it stuck to something, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do a number or label across there just to hide it. We'll see. Anyway, I've been practicing irises. That's my iris. So I took my paint pens and I drew the bases, and then I came back with white. On this one, I did white, and then I took one of my Tombow markers and went over the white, the green. I went over that bottom part with green and the top part with a lighter blue so that you could see. I wish I had done that with the lines on the inside too. I don't know if you could see that or not. But I didn't know. I didn't realize that that would be a thing until after I did that. Uh, or after I did that one. That one's I don't love this one. I could always like cover it and do something on this side. I do like this background. It's really cool. Or I could put a fussy cut on the front and kind of push that to the back a little bit. This one's a little bit better. I don't love the color that I used for base, but then I did come back in with the Tombow marker to make some lines on the petals. But I also don't love the black outline. So I don't know. Could always stick a bird in front of it. I don't know. And then this one, they're not great, but they're okay. Maybe I'll like them better in a few days. I did come back in and do some more stamping on these after I cut them. You can see the nested circle. I used some oxides for the nested circles. So you'll see those on some of these. I did the salvaged patina, which kind of brings the base of this back to the top with like a pattern kind of sort of. There's another one that I did. This one, I just decided I wanted to go a little crazy and do some fluorescent pink on a grungy background because I like the juxtaposition of that. I might come in and do a color. I don't know what color yet. Maybe one of these background colors. Actually, now that I say that, where's that blue? Might not like this. Might look too baby blue, but we'll see. Well, there's no going back once you start, right? But I might like it better than the white. The white is just too stark of a contrast. I could also use the thinner part of this, but I'm not overly concerned. I might even go over the branches with the blue and just have the petals be the pink, potentially. I mean, I am doing it now, so there's no potentially about it. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if I'll like it any better. Probably not. But, you know, gives me something to do while I'm not loving it. And maybe you loved it. Maybe, and most people would be like, why did you do a fluorescent pink petals? Why not? I just wanted to try it, see if I liked it or not. Let's see. I don't know if I like that I'm putting the blue over it, but I could always come back in with the fluorescent pink if I really don't like this. But I won't know if I like it until I do the whole thing. So, you know, if I feel like editing, I might fast forward through this. Can you even see in my back? Yeah, I am. Just, if I do edit it, I will probably focus in more on this part so you're not seeing all the mess. Just that. I'd rather have it further out and then like you or I could then zoom in than to be close up and then half the desk be covered, because I've had that happen too. All right, that's too fiddly. All right, let's go back to the brush side. I don't mind if it overlaps a little bit, especially in the background where it's already got that color, which is kind of why I chose this blue. It was just kind of like, similar to the background, but you can still see that there's an outline. You don't have to outline your stuff. I'm not sure exactly where my thin black ones in my black Posca pen. That's a That's out of paint now. So yeah, I used Posca pens, Posca, even though um, closed captioning almost always puts it as pasta. Posca. They are just pens with acrylic paint inside, like a watered down acrylic paint, so that they flow. Because that's how that works. Um, but they are fun to use, and it makes kind of easy. Like sometimes I'll just do the leaves with the Posca pen, and then come back in and do the branches just with a black pen, because you could do that. It's alright if some of the white shows through there. Anyway, so you can see in real time this pink, blue, and purple flower, because of course putting the blue over the pink is just making that purple with a grungy background. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I know that. Or it could just be an example of what not to do. Or I don't know what I want to do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm debating what to do with it. I don't really know. This one, I might just go ahead and, when I find my black marker, do that. This one, I might do like I did with the white, and then come back in with a lighter purple and a different green. Is what I might do. I don't worry about getting this part perfect, because I'm not going to follow those lines perfectly. That's just not who I am. I'm just going loose. Loosey-goosey. Excuse you. My goodness. My husband's rude, isn't he? That's my husband. He burped. I don't know if you guys heard him or not. So that kind of does that weird thing because it's up and then bent over. So is this one, kind of, sort of. So this is how I've been making my irises. But like I said, this is a little bit on the white is a little bit on the bright side, but a black would kind of make it disappear. So I kind of like the what I've been doing, which is, oh my goodness, words, doing a different color over the white. To make it less bright. I'm going to try it here too. I haven't decided exactly how I like my lines yet. Sometimes, and there's no right or wrong way of how. I just kind of, and there's not really, these lines are not really on irises. I just like them on my irises, which is why I do them. That's like part of the most relaxing part of doodling, is when I'm just kind of adding lines. So yeah, that's all. And then these ones on the side, I usually do a little bit different. Just kind of go all the way to the top instead of, I don't know why. It's just, I like them different. I don't know why. Oh, and then here. You want to make sure it's dry before you go sticking your hand in it. That's all. That's one thing you do kind of want to be aware of, is not sticking your hand in the wet paint. I just kind of like how it kind of, I don't know, I just like the lines. That'll be personal preference on whether people like the lines or not. I know this is not a stamp yet. It will be at some point, but I already had this month's stamp designs go out. Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter. You don't have to. So at some point, I will do probably next month. I have something else in there that I wanted to do, but maybe I'll just do that for myself. But I will likely go ahead and do one of these irises. Maybe an iris and a tulip for next month? What do you think? With the lines? We like the lines. Some people do. I like the lines anyway. There's no rhyme or reason to how I do the lines. Just try to relax and enjoy it. So that has to dry. I actually might leave that with the white, the bright white. I don't mind that. So that one I might leave with the bright white. And that one I need to find a black pen. So I think I'll do that one with black or brown if I can find a brown pen. So this one, all I did was the leaves. What if I just did like a bunch of random leaves in kind of this blue-gray color. And now I'm just going to take this Tombow pen and just kind of go over it with these lines. And then I'll come back in and outline it with black, I think. I try not to get too finicky about my lines in my leaves sometimes. Sometimes I take time and try to do them all the same way. And sometimes I'm just like, just putting lines on there just for some texture on our leaves. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You can hear the birds hopping around outside. I keep thinking there's someone in my yard, but I'm like, nope, those are just the birds. So let me find a black pen. Okay, found a 0.05. Let's try that one. We won't see all of the the branches on the inside. Are some of them are behind leaves, so there's that. Except for there. All right, so let's go ahead and do the most front ones. Maybe thicken up the branch a little bit. Oh, someone's got their music. It's probably the guy across the street. That's what he does. Usually he will, yeah, I might have to. I don't know what. I don't know if it's somebody walking by or if it's him doing something in the yard and he's just going to blast that for a while. But I don't want to get demonetized just because my neighbor is playing music that I have to listen to because my windows are open. Rude. Wait, maybe he's leaving. Let me pause for a minute. Okay, fortunately, I think he just was getting home and it's off now. All right, you can't see these lines. That's part of the problem. So you come back in with my white and did I follow the line exactly? Not really, but that's all right. And then so that will lighten them up, and then I'll come back in with something else and have it be. So this is the one issue with dark backgrounds is then you can't see what you did. So I'm just going to go ahead and come back around and outline these with white, and then do one of my lighter colored pens over the white because I don't necessarily want it white, but I do want it lighter to stand out a little bit more. And I don't have like other color acrylic markers with a thin tip like that. They're all just too too wide to do what I want to do. All right, so there's that one for now. This one, kind of feeling similarly about it. It just blends into the background. The other thing I could do, maybe, which we forgot one. We did not outline this one. We got distracted by the music, didn't we? I did. Let's see. If I want that to stand out some more, I think my other pen might work better, but I could come in with just kind of outline it and then smudge the paint a little bit. I'd leave it for a few seconds longer so it just to give it kind of a halo halo, halo, halo. What is what I'm going for here, kind of, sort of. It's tedious, but you know, if you want your stuff to show up, I don't know if that made a difference or not. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I need to leave it on a little bit longer, or just tap it instead of brushing it away. I was kind of brushing it away because I wanted it more smudgy. You know, technical terms. I mean, you could just leave it white, but I don't necessarily like that look either. So we'll try the halo and see what happens. See if we like it or not. We're just going to try stuff together. And that blue Tombow marker that's in there, we're going to get some of that mixed in with the white because it's water soluble. So water is going to react with the, so I'm going to get some blue, but that's okay. I just want it lighter. Oops. Just want to be able to, I'm smudging it a little bit too much now, but that's because I got paint all over my finger. Use a different finger, maybe. Maybe we won't like it. Maybe it'll be too smudgy, but we'll find out together. I've done something like this before in different applications. Maybe with stamping. I don't remember exactly what applications, but that I've done it before. So this is just me on a Saturday playing in my studio, not doing anything in particular. Although I do have, I want to do like a series, just kind of making collage papers, especially for like people that don't have printers, and you want like some pattern decorative papers, and so you might be looking for ideas to use on like your masterboards, which right now Masterboard Madness is happening. You would have seen that video come out on Monday from me. That's hosted by Hazel Anaka. I don't know. What do we think? Let me look at it through the camera and see. I mean, we can see it better now. I don't know if I like that or not. We'll give our eyeballs a rest from it, and we might even come back in and redefine some of the black, which might have got covered with some white. So that could help potentially. Helps a little. Yep, just need to redefine the black marks after doing the white. So if I had known ahead of time, I could have done the white and then done the black. That's all right. Now it sounds like somebody is in my yard. There's also still a bird in my yard. We have birds and squirrels. You know, like most people. And a fox. We have some foxes. And groundhogs. Last year, I think she had like 3, because I remember seeing 3 little groundhogs. But they will tear up your yard. We got big holes in our backyard. Don't love it. So yeah, that's a little bit better. Could have done it on, see, that's what that side looks like. It's just really, there's a lot of texture and detail. So I probably won't cover that. I mean, if somebody wanted to, they could totally write on the back of that with a white acrylic marker or whatever. Okay. That one I outlined, and that one's bright enough that it shows up. Could add some numbers or something. I also have some stamps in here. More stamps. Let's see, what size numbers? Let's just find some numbers that we got our Tim Holtz numbers for now, because that's just easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Some stamp Franken enclosure. Let's see. Oh, here's another number. I also have some from Global Land. Which I might pull out because some of those are a little bit bigger. If I want bigger numbers, but sometimes I want little numbers, or I might want like a little. That's like a paid stamp. No, I don't like a paid stamp. Just numbers. But we like that kind of a thing. This the round seal kind of a thing. We kind of like the postal things there too. Mm, there's more numbers. Also, we got condemned. That might be good on these. All right, I've got more stamps. I can find the Global Land ones if I want to. All right, so right now the only black on here we have is the outline. So I'm going to use black just to bring black back in a little bit. I'm going to pause for a second and clean up a little bit because I know this has got to be driving you crazy. I know that because it's driving me crazy. Oh, you want me to keep talking while I do that? No, you don't. Oh, I also pulled these out because I wanted to see if I could do anything with them. They're way too shiny. My friend Evie gave them to me. I don't know where she found them. I might just use them just as like little palettes for my paint. Because they do wipe off easily. And then, you know, if they build up paint, then maybe I'll be able to use them somewhere. But I might try sanding them or adding some gesso to them. That might stick, but not necessarily. All right, putting all these to the side. Got my pastels, which they still need a home. I don't really want to put them back in the boxes because that's kind of a pain to put in and take out of the boxes. See, already my eyeballs are getting more used to that, not hating it so much. All right, I'm going to set these all to the side, keep the stamps out. I don't think we've looked at all these yet. Oh, and that one I just did a leaf. And then I pulled out these, they're little French translation flashcards. Oh my word. That needs something, but I don't know what. This is the Global Land stamps. These are what I was using in the background that I did not show you what I did. After cutting down the master board, that's one of the things I did was add some of that stamping with those and also stamping with these with some oxides, which was kind of cool and fun. There's another leaf. Still got to decorate it. And yeah, see, that's been sitting for a few minutes and it's still moving. So it's a movable feast. All right. Just have a lot of stuff. All the inks can go back in the box, except this. This goes over here with the oxides. I keep my oxides and my distress sprays in different places, mostly because I'd have to have less if I tried to put them all in one place, and I don't want to have less. Also, it's really nice when these stay upright. They don't. Once you start taking them out, I'm obviously missing a lot. This is usually quite full. And I try to save some of these if they're still working. I don't always know if they're working right away. Ooh, yeah. This is in here because I wanted to play with some distress sprays and the photo paper because that's supposed to, you know, squirrel. Because that's supposed to stay when you do that. So we're just going to squirrel on that for a minute because this is me in my craft room and this is what I do. I squirrel. Ooh, I just had another idea. What if I tried some alcohol inks on those cards? Okay. And we're squirreling. Okay, so photo paper. I learned this from Louisa, that when you add just like the distress spray inks, which are water soluble, so they come off, right? But here's the thing. On photo paper, they kind of don't. So, we'll just get some of that on there. Because there wasn't enough color. Yeah, there was. But what's nice is also they are transparent, so you can still see that the flashcard back there. Cut to the chase. No, to cause, to chat. Causer. I don't know. I don't know French. So yeah, the photo paper, they don't move once they're on there. Once they're sticky, but so that's just alcohol ink, not alcohol inks. That is just spray stains. All right, let's just cover that some more. And I don't know if you know this, but if you look at the thrift store, you can probably find photo paper like really cheap. Just saying. All right, I'm just getting a background because then I'm going to come in with a stencil of some sort, like this one. We like this one. And do you want brown? I don't know about brown. What about black? Let's just do black just for funsies. And then, so we lift that up carefully and set that to the side so it can dry. We'll blot it. We won't wipe it because if you wipe it, it's going to move and you won't like that. Well, I won't like that. We'll blot it in a minute. And then we'll take this one and go on top and pick up whatever's there. And then what you can do with these, you can then use, like if you've been watching Kelly Gustinelli, she's been doing stuff with her die cuts. And I think that's sometimes what Louisa will do, is she'll use them as die cuts and whatnot. But yeah, if you want to use your distress inks and have them not move about the cabin, photo paper is the secret to that. I don't know if you water them down if it's going to be the same though. Of course, spray that with water. Just kind of pick that up, which is going to give us sort of a background. And that will dry. Oh, and then also I wanted to try alcohol inks on these since they're plastic. So let's see. We grab a couple. These are really shiny. Just telling you, they're shiny. So we'll add some inks to one side and then the other. This would be alcohol inks because you can use those on non-porous surfaces, and these are non-porous surfaces. So, there's that. Just playing. We want to be able to alter these so that they're more fun to play with. Basically. Oh, I don't have any of those little pads that you use for alcohol inks because I was thinking it might be kind of cool if I could also get some pattern on these, but then I would need like a sponge of some sort, which I'm sure I have one somewhere, or we just use this. One of the problems is that it will dry so fast that I won't. Oh, the other problem is that I'm weak, that I have no hand strength. All right, so my rheumatologist asks me like every time, how long am I stiff in the morning? And I don't know what the answer is supposed to be because I feel stiff all day long, and I tell him that. So I'm trying to like pay attention to how long it is before I feel less stiffness. Today was about 3 hours. But here's the thing. I don't want to have to be thinking about my pain all morning. I usually just try to distract myself so that I'm not focusing on the pain. It's a little depressing to focus on the pain just to see when it stops. So I guess a couple times a month I will do that, but I'm not doing it every day. Like before I go see him, I guess would be a time to do that. All right, spread that out. That's not working. Oh, my windows are open. That's not what I wanted. Oh, no, that won't work. Well, that is no, because it's non-porous, so yeah, it'll still, even on the porous surface, it will. Oh, what I could maybe do is if I want to lift some, I could. So yeah, these, if you have some of these little shiny things or any ephemera that's shiny that you want to change up to be able to use, I think alcohol inks is going to be where you want to turn for that. What's this one? Dijon. I mean, you could even pull out some of the colors that are in it. Like this has some Dijon in it, doesn't it? And then I'm just, while it's still a little bit on the wet side, just trying to pick some of that up. And then, you can see a little bit through, and that's not a bad thing because there's just interesting architecture back there. And here, On this side, it's just got words back there. Let's also see how gesso works on it. What is gesso? Gesso is a primer. It says it's an opaque primer, but the thing about gesso is it's less opaque than acrylic paint. Also, so you use it to prime surfaces. So, these cards would be a surface that you might want to prime. Prime. I don't know if the alcohol will wick up or not. But let's find something. Something? How about a brayer? A brayer would be nice. I think it's time to get new drop paper. So, gesso is usually fairly matte as well. So, it should eliminate the very shiny surface. And then give you something to work with. You go as thick or as thin as you want, depending on what you want to see. Ooh, that's kind of cool. They picked up some lines from the paper back there. I actually like that. That makes me happy. That's the happiest thing that's happened all day. That's sad. If that's what my life is, that the happiest thing that happened is picking up some lines from my drop paper. That's a little weird. Oh, but the saddest thing is that my drop paper is just ripping apart. It's seen a lot this month. It really has. The fact that it hasn't done that until now is kind of surprising. All right, let's just, oh, I really should just clean off my desk and put down new paper. Is what I should do. Am I gonna? I don't know. Weird, it's squirreling like crazy today. Squirreling. It's fun, it's squirreling. We're just gonna, that's already ripped anyway. See, it's like that on the back. See, pretty and cool. And it's like that on the front. Like, no matter which side you use, you're going to have something really interesting and cool. The hard part is figuring out which side you want to use, depending on if you like grungy or powsy wazzy. And powsy wazzy is a PM Artist Studio term. See that? I just find that so interesting. I love accidental papers. And that's what my drop papers are. They're kind of accidental. All right, this is a little bit more usable now. You can still see a little bit back there, which gives it interest and texture. And the putting the gesso over it, it pushed it back a little bit, but also made it more matte. So I don't know if you could see, it's a little shiny, but it's not as shiny. It doesn't feel as shiny or as, it's not super sticky, but it's a little bit weird. So yeah, so if you got shiny ephemera, there you go. Gesso. And then, put it down on a messy surface where you get all this interest happening. Pushes it back, takes it. This is still sticky, but it's still wet. And then you can just, you could also just collage on them and just use them as a substrate. But also, I kind of like to be able to see something about here. I don't necessarily want words about oil or whatever, but I don't know. Is the date on here? No, but they're printed in Italy. I don't have a lot of things printed in Italy. So that's interesting. I don't know. They're flashcards for learning. And people don't use these anymore. So, but I know we all find stuff like this at the thrift store and we're like, oh, I could do something with that. And then you get it home and you're like, I don't know what to do with that. You could also cut them into smaller pieces and use them in clusters. And maybe you don't like the way that looks. Where they go? So yeah, you can just, let's see. If this, see, now I should be able to put stuff on top of it now that I have the gesso on there too. So let's do that. We'll grab some ink. Sure, brown, why not? And sometimes I like this one because it doesn't really have like a direction. There we go. You need a little bit in the middle. and they're circles, so there's like no wrong way for them to go. So adding the stamps, stencils, all the things is fun. And we'll give it a second to dry, but it will smudge a little bit because I didn't give it time to dry, but it's mostly because of the gesso. It's going to stay. Still a bit wet right there, so I'm not going to do anything with that. But is this dry yet? Maybe we'll just getting black splotches. Whatever black ink wasn't dry on here. But that pretty much there. So that's kind of cool about the photo paper. It is shiny still. Just gonna get some black smudges on that because why not? See if the distress inks stay or not. Hey, if we're going for grungy, we're definitely getting grungy. Oh, I was gonna cut that out. All right, so that's still shiny and bright. How do you de-brightify that? I mean, I guess gesso, right? Like, I do have clear gesso. It depends on how you feel about the shiny. It's okay to have shiny in your journal. That's just another element. So maybe you want shiny, but a lot of us don't. I don't know what we have against shiny. And by we, I mean me. I don't necessarily love that being so shiny. Does anybody remember, did Louisa do any what's the word I want? Anything to get down the shiny when she did these? Well, that took down the shiny. And there's still some stuff showing through. I mean, I am into like grunginess, right? Try to lift some of that if I can, maybe. And also, oh, sanding maybe. I don't know about sanding. That's definitely less shiny. It's got shiny bits, but it's not quite as like in your face shiny anymore. And it will. I have to let it dry. Like right now, it will scratch off somewhat. But maybe that's what you want to do. Say what you want to say. Let the words fly. Anyway, we'll let that dry and see if that stays or not. That's okay. So this one's fairly dry. So we can just you can cut it with scissors or you can tear it and just use it in some clusters. Could be fun. Use one of those cards. Use maybe some stamping. Random stamping. You want to go the same direction or a different direction to those words? I don't know. Do both. No wrong way. Just adding some texture to that. More paper would be nice. More paper would be nice. Get this. I don't love that. Just use that. This could be our base even. Making a really big cluster or pocket or something. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. We may never show this video, although some of you are like, no, show all the videos you make, lady. We will find them interesting. Weird, but interesting. Where's my glue? Is it weird when I whisper? All right. Just going to stick some glue on there, so that will stick to there. And stick some glue on there, and then stick it to there, and then I mean, I would probably glue more, but in case I want to tuck anything under. So that would make like a really cute pocket. I know some of you are like, but no, I don't like it. I like what's happening there better. More better. You don't have to have them be perfectly straight. It's fine. But see, we'll pop a color back there. It's kind of fun. And then this green, there's a little bit of that in there too. You could always cohesify it with some bigger stamps or stenciling if we wanted to. That's not necessary. but it's potential. Let's find, where did my oxide go? My field paint, it's not going to show up everywhere. And also we still have some patina on this one. But what we like about the oxides is that they are more opaque, so they will show up. Will they stay on there? I don't know. We'll give it some time to dry. But it shows up on all the things because the oxide's more opaque. And it kind of unifies it. Now it looks like one piece because there's one pattern that hits all the pieces, even though all the under pieces are different colors and whatnot. That could be fun as a pocket in a journal. I would just glue here and over here. I wouldn't glue here. So you'd see whatever you tuck in here peeking. So I like to call these peekaboo pockets. Let's see, should we do another one? We could do like a taller one. Is what we could do. Could even, where's the one that has the, I mean, could do something like that and just kind of glue those together and put a backing on it and have a journal card. That'd be also interesting. If you want more color, do it this way. You go as wide or as narrow as you want it to be. That'd be interesting. Could be a pocket, could be a journal card. Not what I'm gonna. Oh, this wolf. He needs a home. He's just sitting on my desk. Maybe we'll make something to put him on. See, he's kind of fun with the bright colors behind him. Make a cluster. Ooh, wait, let's go back to this one. Ooh, he's kind of digging it now. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun as a pocket or a journal card. Like I could back his head so that he doesn't get all bent up and whatnot. And he could just pop right off of there. Pop this pocket. I like things popping off of pockets. It's all right. Or just back it with, no, not that. I don't like that. Anyway, that's definitely more interesting now. So gesso and or alcohol ink is an option. Once you put the gesso on, you can add more stuff like the stamping and whatnot to be able to use cards like that. All right. Even, see, I like this side better. All right. I don't know what to do now. My back's starting to hurt is the problem. Also, I kind of want to finish some things. I was going to clean up. I just need to clean off my desk. That might be a separate video. Well, anyway, I kind of showed you what I was doing with the pieces that we made. If you're wondering where I made these pieces, look for the video, and it's titled Unhinged, Not for Public Consumption, which some of you have been really thought that was funny. And I know one of you was like, it was the laugh you needed. So I'm so glad that that my insanity could make you laugh. Now I was literally feeling really off last night. I'm still not feeling quite normal. And my sugars were high again this morning. So I'm thinking that it is some sort of evil. I just need it more too wide. Too wide. Yeah, sometimes my sugars are high when I'm hormonal. So that's all I can figure is that there's some hormonal stuff happening. All right, he's going to the side for now. Oh, that's kind of fun too. Just kind of put that. Anyway, those birds are freaking me out. We're going to finish this. I think we have a light enough background that I can just go ahead and outline these. That one's in the front. I have to remember. These were like from last night. I'm like, what did I do? I don't know. There's the phone again. Phone is ringing all the dang time. So I think I asked. I was like, is there some kind of voting happening that I'm not aware of? But they don't leave messages. No. Because that would be, polite to leave a message and tell me why you're calling my phone. Well, the only reason I even have a phone now, I mean, it used to be because if there was an emergency and our cell phones weren't working. But the thing is, if it's that kind of emergency and Verizon's not working, then like the FiOS, because it's not, the phones aren't like they used to be, so it's not quite as dependable as it once was. So that's kind of frustrating. But I kind of have to keep it too because I have to fax things during tax season. So until my friends stop having their tax business, I got to keep my landline. So I don't know how to fax from my phone. All right, so there's that. I feel like that's fine. It's fine. There's something. There's too much space down here though. Where do my numbers go? Ooh, let's just do condemned right there. That'll work. And the brown will work. Don't need it to be perfect. Don't really want it to be perfect. Condemned. It's definitely not perfect. You didn't want perfect. Don't worry. You did not get perfect. You get what you wish for, and not perfect is something you wished for. Did I really wish for it to not be perfect? I don't know about that. So we've got some lighter stamping in the background. There's nothing saying we can't put some darker stamping in the foreground. And just kind of have fun with that. 785. I just feel like the background, I want it to be more. I could. Oh, if I had like a Stabilo all, and could kind of go at least on like the shadow side and make it a little bit darker, but I don't really want to. Saying I could do that, I'm not saying I want to do that. I don't really want to. This one is Factory 513. We will just put that right there. I just stuck my finger in the gesso. That was fun. All right. So, did that finish it off? Maybe. Maybe part of my problem is I don't like the corners. I don't know. There's something about it I don't love. It might be the corners. I don't necessarily want to round them though. So we'll just try the littlest. You could just use scissors to do this. Might not be perfectly even on all sides, but we're trying to embrace imperfection. So maybe also we're missing, maybe we want, it doesn't feel finished, maybe because it just needs some inking. So that's clean, but that's all right. Just gonna do another layer of that because why not? What was I just gonna do? Ink it? Ink it, just ink it. Ink it, ink it, ink it, ink it, ink it. I think I need a darker brown for the inking though. All right, well, there's one of these. That's super helpful. And there's the brown that I just threw. And I'm just gonna, oh yeah, there we go. Just gonna, right on the edges just to frame it out. I don't really necessarily want to distress it as much as give it a frame. I'd also do some sewing on these. That would give them interest. Do this side too, why not? A little paint coming off the side there from something. Oh, probably sat on, that might be blue, yeah. Sat on one of the irises, I think is what happened. All right, that one's finished. Hey, I finished one. Aren't you proud of me? What do we want to do with this one? That's really white and bright. Okay, let's try an alcohol marker this time. Oh, except for it didn't put them away. So who knows where they are. Campeau markers, I know where those are. Alcohol markers, I found them. They're right here beside me. Oh, and I found my black pens. Okay, that's good. All right, what color? That's not pink. What about this really light blue? Or that really bright green would be, I don't know how either one is going to look. and I don't know how to figure it out. Or this, does it say what color it is? Dull beige. Maybe we want to do dull beige. Let's start with dull beige. And basically, it's just going to desaturate the white. Is all that this, it says dull beige, but it does look a little bit on the pink side. You know, you can't even tell a difference, can you? I'm going to leave that top one just so we can maybe see if there ends up being a difference or not. I mean, there must be, because I am adding color onto the white. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if it's what I want. That's nice, honking when I'm making videos. People just don't respect the YouTube creator, do they? I don't even know if they even know that I make YouTube videos. It's fine. They can live their life. Go about the cabin living their life. This green. Kind of a bright green. A little clashy, which is why I like it. Also, it'll brown out because we've got that pinkish color in there. Yeah, we're going to go with the classy green, I think. Or classy green on top of the beige may end up being not so classy. Definitely dirtying it up, isn't it? Still not sure how I feel about it. Better than the white. Let's give it that. Better than the white out of 10. It's dirty. Dirty. Feeling like Lorelai now. Dirty. Well, maybe we just need to add numbers. Maybe that's what's missing. Should we do another condemned? These all feel like condemned tags. I think I need black. I don't think that's quite as dark as I need it to be. Do we line it up? Yeah, whatever. Nope, now it just looks like blurry 3D-ness. Department 171. Okay, that kind of shows. Ticket number. Coupon. I'm okay if it goes over the leaf a little bit. I wish that had been a little bit more straight, but that's all right. Just adding random stuff. Part of me really just wants to put condemned on there. Where did the condemned go? Right here. Ooh, also, we like the round one. The round one makes us happy. Okay with it going over. That's fine. Just going to do the end part of condemned down there. Why not here? Why? Because I want to. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, the edges? Yeah, we'll round these ones to see if we like that any better. Small? Okay, the reason it didn't make the noise is because I had already done that corner. Oh my goodness. All right. Put that back in the drawer behind me so I can find it. Oh, and then the other thing that we were trying to do was to give it an edge. Now, if you think I've now put that into the, I mean, it could be considered, it could be a finished card, or I could put a fussy cut on there, and that could just be background. Either way, it's interesting, and they're different. These came from two different master boards. That's why. That's one reason. But that's with the lighter background. That's with the darker background. That's with the white, and that's with the black. I did like the turquoise for the leaves, though, didn't I? I think I did. This one. How are we on time? almost to an hour. Should we just finish this one? Don't know. Ouch. All right, so not worried about getting it perfect. With the leaves, and you know, if I get outside the line, so to speak, I'm not really worried about that either. Also, some of these branches are a little too wide, so I'm going to bring them in a little bit. Where's this one come up from? This? That one's way thick. I don't care for it. All right, this one is going to be in the front. And this one will go in the back. I might add some darker bits to the ones in the back. We'll see. So yeah, I don't like how thick the branches are on some of these. So I am adjusting them and making them thinner to make me happier. Because if your art doesn't make you happy, just make you happy. That there, it's fine. That actually even could just be another leaf right there. Really, just a leaf that has some of the background showing through more. Could do that to make it look on purpose. I could add a couple leaves in the background that are also not turquoise. Why not? Why not? She says, don't want them all in the... Did we do little lines in all of them? All right, there we go. That's fine. It's as good as it's going to get. Didn't leave any plain, did I? Oh, here, did I show you that one? So that one, it was like a really bright marker that I used for the leaves and the petals, and then I went over them with the pastels, the Sennelier pastels. This one, I'm going to leave that one as it is, I think. It's bright, but it's okay. That one, I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it. I might just leave it like it is. Oh, that's just another background. So we got these pieces to use somewhere. That one, I actually thought I was going to go over these with green, but I actually might leave that white. There's that one. This one has a very dark background. What I could do, if I want that to stand out some more, is come in with my white, my white marker. Or the gold one. I don't know where that one is either. Either one of those, but neither one is going to help me now because... Or just make the background even darker. Just by adding some lines, like stripes in the background. I don't like the way it doesn't end right at that line though. It's kind of annoying me. Cars are driving. You'd think I lived on a busy street right now. I do not. I live on, well, no. That's... was going to do white lines. I think white lines would have been more effective. Because this is only showing in the places where there's lighter color. Because it's got a really, really dark background. So I will just come down and finish up these stripes here, and then I might do some on the other side just so it makes a little bit more sense. Did I go in here? Yep, I did. Can't even see. And do a few over here just so that it makes a little bit more sense. So it looks a little bit more intentional. I even might go across. Not that anybody can even see this, but you know. And maybe here. Because I was thinking of maybe even 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't have to match up perfectly. I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Did I do that in white or did I do that in blue? I don't even know. Where is the white? I was looking for the white. Still have not found the white. Because I still haven't found. Now, the other thing, oh, here's the white right in front of my face. The other thing I could have done was to take some of my painty papers and cut out leaves would have been another thing I could have done. But I think with these, I'm just going to brighten up my leaves just by adding in some white. Maybe I'll come back in and do a blue or green over it just to make it not be quite so bright. I don't know. There's no right or wrong. I'll leave them white for a while because maybe it'll grow on me. Also, well, that should be acrylic marker under it. There might be other inks underneath that, though, that could wake up. We'll see. Time will tell. There's little bits of red that got stuck on there, too. Also, if I had used, like, a contrasting color, like, if I'd done the leaves in red on top of the green, that probably would have popped, too. So if you've never had an acrylic marker before, at least get a white one. Look what you can do with a white acrylic marker. It's kind of fun. Let's see. Did we already go through these? That one's all right. I'll do some stamping around the edges. That one's growing on me. I don't know. That one. That one. Oh, this one. I just wanted it to dry because I did want to come back through and do a different blue on the white bits. I think I had done that either, right? Did I do it with you guys or did I do it before I turned the camera on? I might have done it before I turned the camera on because I wanted to see how it looked. And I think it's successful. This is a Tombow marker. I don't think I'd get quite as dark if I used a alcohol marker. Plus the alcohol markers are fugitive, which means the color will fade over time. Now these are things that stick in a book and don't have a lot of sunlight. So I think you need sunlight to be able to, you know, for it to do that. What, do we see all of them? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, that one. I might go through with black on that one as well. And probably do that one in black. Let's see, we looked at all these. We looked at these. And there's that one, still needs lines. And then of course, if I had any of these that I wanted to like put like a big white something on there, it would really, oh, I've done that before, where I draw it and then I cut it out on just white paper and cut it out and then put it on there. Those would stand out really well. So that's another option if you've got some really dark backgrounds. We could stick that on there and that'd be kind of cool. I'm not going to, but that's an idea, you know, stickers on these pieces would be kind of fun. Ooh, but I might do it on this one. Yeah, I am. I'm going to stick it on here. Then this one will have some decoration. Decoration. If my neck wasn't hurting, and my shoulder wasn't hurting, I would make another video, but I guess I have to go take a break. I try to listen to my body. I get rebellious sometimes, and I'm like, I don't want to listen to my body. I want to keep playing. But I try not to. Try not to be quite so. This is off a tree, right? So might want to come in from the corner up there. And then burnish that down somehow with, I don't know, just flatten it, just press it down. Basically so that as much of the color comes through as possible. What pressing that down will do, maybe, potentially. Maybe it does nothing. But there you go. It's shiny. When I was trying to get rid of the shine, then I added more shine. That's fine. Yeah, so I still need to do something with these, but that's what all the other ones look like. So if you're wondering what happened to that master board that I made in Saturday's video, or if you want to see how I made that master board, you can go back and watch Saturday's video. And I hope you all have a delightful day. I might take these pieces upstairs and just, sometimes I will just draw and then rip them and make them little focal points. I might do that on some of these. Potentially. Or these could just be used as collage paper. I don't know. I mean, but also it could be just fun. Well, I think I'll draw on white paper and cut them out and then collage these sometime. I don't know. Why we're even talking about it, I don't even know. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you. Bye.